Good evening, everyone. Whoa, we have lanyards here. It's going crazy here. It's at the... I am SuperRoach here with Gamestah. With me is the semi-finalist. Well, number 2 place. Literally can't even... Evening.
Literally can't evening.
Yes, luckily they're correcting me here. SuperRoach, Syntech, how are you?
Pretty good, thanks.
Pretty good. And how about you, good sir?
I'm very well, thank you.
Andre, also known as the O team, I guess you could say, there with Ozza. How do you feel about that?
Let's just call it Andre. Let's just, let's leave it there.
Not quite Andre the Giant, though.
No, oh god, I've gotten enough of that as well. Yeah.
Just call it Team O.
Yeah.
Oh, god.
Interesting. It was great watching you guys from the start because we were seeing you there. You ended up going into the losers bracket after losing at the start. However, your matchup there against Korean Barbecue, a very surprising matchup. Can you tell me about what happened during that match there, Syntac, seeing as you're pretty much the carry for that round?
Well, for the game in particular against Korean Barbecue, we basically picked an early game comp or a really, how do I put this?
Nicely.
Highly mobile mid-game scaling team. And when you pick something like Lee Sin, you have a lot of pressure on your ganks in terms of like early game damage. You've got slows, you've got shields, you've got all the tools to be able to make plays early on. And I got lucky, got a few ganks off, there were no visions. And once we got a few kills, before I knew it, I just looked at the scoreboard and it was 17-1 and we'd had that lead. And yeah, it was basically, no coming back from that.
Yeah. It was relentless, to watch that too. You found the right spots there. Like you said, the wards were down, able to push it through. Fantastic amount of kills, and they just weren't able to come back from there.
All the map control and vision control.
All the map control. And Andre, how do you feel you went there with the bit of the team up there? It was quite magical to watch. I think there was a bit of bro fisting, I guess you could say.
I think definitely Zen carried us that entire match. He was they were constantly pushing up our lane, and the fact that that he was just exploiting that with Lee, and I was I was pretty sure I was playing Nami, but landing bubbles and just getting off trades that they couldn't come back from, and we just watered deeper and deeper, and we just kept gaining that map control, and you can't do anything about that. Once you gain the map control, you gain the dragon control. You just keep snowballing the gold, and they can't do anything about the ganks. After that, they can't do anything. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I guess you to reiterate on that, you had control of the dragon as well there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they gained one dragon at all.
No.
So,
Yeah,
I think actually we only took one dragon too. We just ganked them. Like that was our goal.
It's all money on kills, yeah.
It was great to watch though.
Ignore the dragon, just go for kills.
Yeah. But it all changed up in the last round there against Wet Dogs.
Yes.
Have you played them previously?
Well, that's what sent us into the losers bracket, but I'm pretty sure we could have played a lot better. I think we forced our picks a bit too much. I think just playing the Braum because I did well the previous match was a bit of an error. I'm more of a Thresh player. I've got way more games on Thresh, and I think our mid laner was saying that he's a bit rusty on Ahri, so he forced the Ahri just because he played well again the last match. So I think we just needed to orientate well more on comfort picks rather than just forcing picks that we did well in the previous match, and I think that kind of showed. So overall, yeah.
I think it definitely did show too. Like the last round was definitely, it was well played. I would have to admit, even though there was a big score difference at the end, it was who was adapting the most. I feel at the end.
We definitely underestimated the Janna and the Lucian level 2. I think that trade and a fight that happened in blue, there was a bit of a miscommunication. We were trying to get down the Syndra, but then our AD carry got caught towards Dragon, and then it went just downhill from that. Yeah,
it was all over Red Rover.
Yeah.
Did you have any other surprise matches that Syntac during the matches there? Because you saw a lot of things there. Like, what surprised you?
I think probably the overall vision control of Wet Dogs. I think that's where they beat us. In the first game that we lost, when we went to the losers bracket, we picked a really wombo combo team. We had a Wukong, we had a Jarvan, we had Orianna. I believe we had a Nami. We just picked champions.
I landed a 5-man bubble. I think the first game against a pretty decent team, and we just womboed off that, and I think that's where the mindset about
Yeah,
came from.
definitely. So basically, to describe that play in particular, we had just basically sieged mid turret where the inhibitor is, and someone took a tower hit, and that forced us to just back off a little bit, and the enemy team got the message to start pushing forward, and Andre made the perfect 5-man bubble and popped their whole team up in the air, and then there was that moment of silence where,
What do we do?
like, did that actually happen? Like,
This guy.
and then
This guy.
I'm playing Jarvan, and it was a full, like, basically 5-man EQ knock up into Cataclysm, into Malachi, into Fizz ult, and it just deleted the entire team. And I don't know, like, there's a pretty big hole here, and we yelled pretty damn loud after that play. That was probably one of the best things for LAN, definitely.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. We've mentioned with the other teams here, it's being at a respawn LAN, you're in person and all that kind of thing. Like, what was sort of like the standout things you got to be able to play together in that kind of situation? Like, who do you reckon?
I reckon coming to a LAN scene increases the pressure somewhat, but I definitely perform higher to a higher standard. Compared to online play, I think just the environment and knowing that you're playing with people that are here, I think it all amalgamates to something that's like, it forces you to become a better player, and I think that really showed with everyone here. I mean, yeah, I haven't seen plays from, especially against these challenger guys. We played, I think, exceptionally well, and we haven't even played them before. So yeah.
Oh, well done. It did seem very friendly as well between
Yeah.
all the teams. You know, a lot of handshakes and
Yeah.
good camaraderie. Yeah, oh, it's good. What about yourself? What did you think of respawn?
Well, I think the LAN itself is very well organised. First one obviously being Respawn. I've been to a few minor LANs, small sort of country towns, and they were pretty good. Like, it's the same sort of environment. You go with a group of mates or something, you play some games, have a good time. And that was basically the idea coming into the LoL comp. We had practiced previously before, but yeah, it's been a great LAN. All the admins done a really good job organising. You know what's going on. You know your matches coming up. All the brackets are displayed nicely. You got plenty of room with your desk and your PC. One of our teammates has a PC that basically just fits under the table.
Yeah.
It's huge. 2 people have to carry it.
I was about to ask, did he break his back bringing it?
He can't carry it by himself, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a great LAN, and I'd recommend anyone that you want to go down to a LAN or anywhere in particular, just grab a group of mates and come down and play some League or play some Counter-Strike Go. It's a lot of fun.
And you could win prizes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Walk away with some decent money as well. So.
Well, congratulations to both of you and the rest of your team. Did you have any shout-outs? It's put you on the spot a bit here, but
No,
anyone you'd like to congratulate?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely congratulate the team that beat us, Wet Dogs. They controlled vision very well as soon as they got a small lead. And that's a credit to them, obviously. All diamond, a couple of challenges. Yeah, just very well played, and they outplayed us pretty much. There's not a lot we could do, and I think it showed that because we didn't take up the rest of the best of 3, there's just too much of a difference between us and them. But in terms of shout-outs, shout out to anyone listening, obviously. Big shout out to Cynic, my mid laner, because he made the trip yesterday, which is a 4-hour drive. A 4-hour drive from Ballarat to Wodonga to pick me up, and then a 3-hour drive at 5 a.m. this morning to take me and Leslie down, and we got another 3-hour drive to go back. So big shout out to him, and also basically the rest of the team that put the effort in over the over the weeks coming up for all the practice they put in and putting up with me.
Can I just point out to Cynic, by the way, had a bit of a wild streak back in the old days when he used to play COD.
Yeah.
We had to
Play with him.
Yeah. Like he had this Ballarat LAN where he'd throw chairs around and stuff. And I'm like,
Oh, I don't know
Good
about
on-
that story.
good on you,
What?
Cynic.
Doesn't tell me that story, but
I don't know about that.
Get into Games Land. Yes.
seems like you know.
On to you, Cynic. What about yourself, Andre?
Well, it's not much of a shout out, but more of an apology to the what's the team that we it was like rubbing salt in the wounds kind of thing. Our top laner, when we were smashing, well, okay, I won't say smashing, but when we were beating them pretty hard, our top laner was like, "You can forfeit now." Like, so we just want to apologize. That was a bit unnecessary. I don't think, yeah. But yeah, shout out to the team. on the amount of practice we had, I think we did really well. So yeah.
And it was definitely a very enjoyable watch. So, well, with that said, congratulations to second place here. Literally can't even ning. I'll get that right one day. But congratulations, and I hope that we see you again at the next respawn. It'll be great to see the fantastic amount of strats that you guys have got. So this is SuperRoach from Gamestah signing off. That's it for the League of Legends land for this one. Get some.
Woo! Get some.